Hello and welcome to Wascoey. Today I'm going over the $7 for 9 meals grocery challenge that Jan in New York City Saves started at the beginning of May. I'll put a link in the description to her channel where you can watch the video. We were overall pretty successful, so watch it, like it, subscribe, comment. Do you think you could do it? Have a great day. Thanks.
All right. Hello and welcome to Wascoey. I'm gonna start working on some of my meal prep for this grocery challenge that I'm doing. So $7 for 3 days worth of food from Jan in New York City. I ended up spending a little bit more. So you could 100% adopt this if you just did the top things without the meat that I bought. I bought some chicken, sausage, and some eggs. So everything except for the chicken, sausage, and the eggs came out to $6.67. I'm going to end up doing $10.64 for my 3-day challenge, and I'm pretty sure some of this will last more than 3 days. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil, just a tiny bit, to cook the chicken or the lentils and the onions, and then also some salt and ground pepper. That's the only things from my pantry I'm going to try and use this week. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to get these onions cooking in this pan. And then the rice, I wanted to do 2 cups of rice with one of these vegetable bouillon cubes. I cannot say bouillon to save my life. So let's get started on that. It's about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. And then let's get the rice started actually first. All right, so I rinsed my rice, but apparently this is the type of rice you're not supposed to rinse, but I did. So next time I will not be rinsing it, but I would definitely sort through it. This is how much is left. I took 2 cups out, or 2 scoops out for the rice cooker, and then I'm gonna put this in the freezer. You know, sometimes with rice and flour and other grains, you need to freeze them. So I'm going to freeze them just in case there are any bugs in there. I just get nervous about rice that's been sitting out for a long period of time. Like Costco, it gets replenished so quickly. And especially since, I don't know how long I'll be storing this. So I put 2 cups of water in my rice cooker to make 2 cups. And then I'm going to use this vegetable bouillon. It says 1 cube for 2 cups of water. So I'm just going to stick this in here while it cooks, and then kind of break it up a little bit just so it doesn't all the flavoring is not in one spot. Let's see. And I, once again, usually do not flavor my rice, so we'll see how this goes. All right, pop it in the rice cooker, turn it on. Voila. 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, we'll have our rice. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is cut my onions and cook my lentils. I did not wash my lentils yet, but I will. Then I'm also going to make a salad out of the tomatoes and the cucumber. And then I also was going to portion some of it out into these containers. I got these on Amazon and I really like them because they're separated. They have this 2-section. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want. Let's cut our onion. Turn on my pan. Oops. And then I'm just going to I'm going to put this whole thing in there. It's a really small onion, and I like onions a lot. So my onion is actually really good. I made sure to pick a good one. I got a small one because it's cheaper. It might be better to do some of this broth in there, but I'm just nervous because it didn't explicitly say that it was gluten-free. So I have enough rice that if I can't eat the rice over the next couple days, that I'll be fine. Like if I can't eat this batch of rice. don't know. I guess maybe I'll look it up online. That's a good idea. I'll see. Okay, ignore my horrible cutting of these onions. And it's okay to eat the stem part. There's a little bit of stem in there. Should I just do half an onion? I'm gonna cook the whole batch of lentils. So at this point it would probably be good if I had a carrot, but I do not. So I can't think of any other reason why I would need this onion, so I'm just gonna cut the whole thing. And I know a lot of people do beans and rice for their these like challenges, but can't do pasta. There was no gluten-free pasta, so I'm doing these lentils. All right, I'm gonna wash my lentils and I will be right back. Okay, I apologize to the dogs if they bark, but I washed my lentils. They looked really good, and then I've got my 5 cups of water pre-measured out. It looks like they take about 30 minutes to cook, and it's already 1 o'clock and I am hungry, so I may have to eat some of my salad a little bit before I start on the lentils. Like I said, I usually eat early lunch, but I'm gonna put this onion in here. Normally I would want some carrots or something, but I mean, honestly, I do have carrots available in the fridge, but I'm gonna stick to my challenge. We'll see how it goes. It's only 3 days. I feel like these shorter challenges are much easier than doing like a whole week. I'm gonna cook them just a little bit, and then I'm gonna add my lentils and my water, and I'm gonna cook them for 30 minutes. I'm gonna simmer them for 30 minutes. So this was that entire onion, which was, how big was that onion? A 1/4 pound of onion, basically. Onions are so great, and they're so cheap. Great flavor. Okay, so I just, you see, just cooked it a little bit, sweat it a little bit. I'm gonna add my lentils and my water, and then bring it up to a boil. And this is that whole package of lentils. So it was 1 pound of lentils, and it said to add 5 cups of water. So that's, oh shoot, here. There's some lentils stuck in this container. Gotta get them all out. Don't want to leave any lentils behind. All right, those will just get washed. We're gonna bring this up to a boil. And then I was gonna cut my cucumbers and tomatoes. I'm not gonna do the whole, I think I'm gonna do half a cucumber and 1 tomato today, and then the other cucumber, half of the cucumber and the other tomato tomorrow. I don't know, cucumbers and tomatoes don't always last very well in the fridge, and I'm not gonna be able to put a dressing on it like I normally would to kind of make it last a little bit better. So this has to come to a boil, and then after it comes to a boil, I'm gonna put my salad in here. After it comes to a boil, you let it simmer for 30 minutes. So I may not be able to eat this for lunch today. So I'm just cutting the ends off my cucumber. This is half of it. I do not like the skin. And this skin, like, it's not an organic cucumber, and it does feel a little bit funky. So I'm just gonna peel it. If it was an organic cucumber and it didn't feel like sticky on the outside, I would have some skin, but I don't know. Cucumber skin, I feel like, holds a lot of the pollution, the pesticides in it. So, all right. Can't do this one-handed, 2 hands. Just gonna stick the other half of the cucumber in the fridge, and not the tomatoes. You do not need to refrigerate your tomatoes. Fun fact. Okay. Cut this in half. I was trying to eat the fresh stuff first. So like that can of green beans, I may not eat until the third day, because by then I'll be out of salad, right? Each of these is one salad. I mean, honestly, I could probably just eat this salad with an egg bite for lunch today. Alright, I already washed these, so don't worry. And don't look at my horrible knife skills. The way I cut stuff is not okay. I do not cut things well. But I'll see, that won't cut. Maybe my knives are not as sharp as I thought they were. So let's see. Actually, you know what? I am really hungry. And I think these lentils are going to take 45 minutes to cook because this takes forever to heat up. So I think what I'm going to do is just have one of those egg bites. So I have some protein. And then I'm going to eat my salad. And then I should be good. And I can have the lentils for dinner. The salt. A little pepper. And this is why I'm not going to do olive oil a long time. So this is one of the issues that I think a lot of people face with having the choice between convenience foods and healthy foods, right? Is convenience foods are quick. This is going to take me an hour to make this. And what if I only had, a half an hour to eat? Like, this would not work out for me at all. So something to keep in mind. Okay, this is going to be my lunch today because it's already 1 o'clock. It's after 1 o'clock, and I think I'm an hour away from actually eating the rest of it. So I'm just going to do this for lunch. Salad and an egg bite. Okay, day 1, 3-day challenge, under $7. Well, under 10, I guess $10 for 3 days, 9 meals. I'm hoping that the more I do these challenges, the better I will get at them. I mean, honestly, maybe every week I can do like a grocery outlet kind of meal challenge thing. We'll have to see. We'll see what I can find. All right. Pause. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. So the vegetable broth did not stirred it, but it didn't really mix for the whole thing. So I was going to try this. See how it tasted. It's actually really good. So I'll probably need some of this for lunch. I did look up the Knorr vegetable bouillon, and it said, the Knorr website says that as long as it doesn't say any of the gluten containing ingredients inside the package, which this one does not. It does not say malt, barley, wheat, or I don't know, it was one more. Gluten. I think it was gluten. Then it's fine to eat if you have celiac. So I guess Knorr changes their formula quite a bit, but this does not. It does say maltodextrin, which is different. That's not malt, which is made from barley. So this is actually pretty good. I'm going to eat some of this for lunch with my salad and my egg. And then the lentils, I just had to add a bunch of water. There's 20 minutes left on my timer, and it was out of water. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I've never cooked a full pound of lentils before. But I probably should have just done a couple cups. So we'll see. I'm going to continue to cook this on low until they're done. I just turned around and it was like completely out of water. They're probably only partway done cooking. So I just thought I'd do a little check-in. All right. Let you know when I'm done. Oh, one thing I was going to add was that since I did discover that these are gluten-free, I am going to add 2 of them to my lentils just to flavor them a little bit. I think they're going to be probably pretty plain with just the onions in there and no seasonings. So let's put these in there. So one of these is 2 cups, and there's more than 2 cups in here, so I'm going to do 2. And even if it's a little bit salty, it'll be okay. Beans and lentils always absorb way more salt than you think they are. Alright, I'm going to stir this. Let them cook for a little bit. I think I probably had it at a boil for too long. We'll see. Alright, maybe this will be a not so great experiment, but you know what? We'll just keep trying next week. Next week probably. We'll do the next one, we'll do better. Alright.
All right, so for my first meal, I did end up doing the cucumber tomato salad with a little bit of rice. It was probably a half cup of rice and one of the egg bites, and it was really good. Those egg bites were really good. I think I'm going to make them on their own in the future. So stay tuned.
I'm one meal down. I'm going to eat the rice out of here and the lentils that I still have that I need to heat back up for dinner. And I'm going to have the sausage for dinner tonight. So I was thinking what I would do is I would do 1, 2, 3 meals. So I'll be at 5, and I only need 4 more. I mean, I might freeze one of these for later, so I'm going to have to see. So I'm going to cut this sausage up. I'm going to put it in the pan just to brown it, and then I'm going to cut it up into, each one I'm going to cut into thirds and then half again so that I get a nice good brown on it on the pan. So I'll check back in just a little bit. Okay, so I got my sausages in the pan. You can see I cut each one into thirds, and then I cut that, like I split it down the middle so that it would brown. I just flipped them. They were the other way down, so I'm going to cook them for a little bit and then turn them over. These are fully cooked. These Zatarain's blackened seasoned chicken smoked sausage, and actually so far it smells really good. So, third time. Let's try this again. Alright, I made 3 of these for tomorrow and the next day, I guess. So there's rice, there's about a cup of rice, maybe 3/4 of a cup. 3 pieces of sausage. I split that sausage, those 2 sausages, which was 14 ounces, I split it into 4. So 12 ounces would be 3, so it's probably 3.5, a little over 3.5 ounces. I don't know, probably 3.5 ounces for each one. And then there's a cup or so of lentils. And then my rice just popped. See how it's kind of like, even though I stirred it before, it's kind of like this. So I'm just going to let this sit. I'm going to stir it, fluff it, let it sit for a minute. And then I'm going to put that, I made a second batch because my kids, I'm sure, are going to want some of this. And there's plenty. I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes, just dry. And then there's lentils to go on top. And then for my son, I made a grilled cheese to go along with his piece. My daughter's still at sports with my husband, so when they get home, there's rice, lentils, and then there's also still tater tot casserole from the other day. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will update for the next couple days. Have a great day.
So this is the meal that I ended up having on for dinner. So the second meal, meal number 2, and then I also ended up having it on for meal number 5. So for dinner on Thursday night. And then for Thursday morning, for meal number 3, I had some of the leftover rice with one of the egg bites and half of the apple. And it was actually really filling, and it was very delicious to have for breakfast. I really enjoyed this meal. For lunch on Thursday, meal number 4, I wasn't really super hungry, so I ended up just eating some of the salad with some of the sausage. And the sausage was super, super way too salty, so I really had a hard time eating it. And I actually ended up not eating all of it. It was way too salty. Since I had such a light lunch on Thursday, I did have a snack in the afternoon. I get back really late from sports. We don't get back until after 6. So going from like 11 to 6 is a long time. So I ate the package of peanuts and the other half of the apple from the breakfast that morning. And then for that dinner on Friday night, I did have the same thing I'd had for dinner or on Thursday night, I'm sorry, for Wednesday. So the next morning, this is the Friday morning breakfast. I had my banana, one of the bananas, some rice, and then one of the egg bites, and it was really good. On Friday afternoon, I ended up having some lentils and rice, and then I opened up that can of green beans and I ate about a third of it of the green beans. I rinsed them really well so they weren't too salty, and I just ate that for lunch and dinner on Friday. I had it for both meals. So Saturday morning was meal number 9, and I had my other banana and my rice with the egg. If I could go back, I probably would have bought 2 apples instead of an apple and 2 bananas. They would have been the same price, but the apple was much more filling. Just wanted to say a couple of things. Thank you for watching my video. First of all, please like and subscribe and comment. Like, could you guys live off of $7 or $10 for a few days? I clearly had enough that if I had to, I probably could have, the lentils and the rice, it was enough, maybe, I don't even know, like for a week. I mean, it is a lot of lentils and rice. But I wanted to thank Jan in New York City. It saves for inspiring me for this challenge. I will put a link to her, the video that she did originally for this challenge in the description. So please check that out. One thing I did want to say was that I did have my coffee in the morning. I used the free milk from the school and we already had coffee on hand. I can't function without it, so I did end up eating it. But I did check out the prices for the coffee at grocery outlet to see if there was a way that I could finagle it for a low budget challenge. And I'm going to try that out here, not this week, but maybe next week. I'll look at doing another low budget challenge. We have a lot of leftovers this week that we got to eat through, so it doesn't make sense for me to buy more food if we need to eat up some of the stuff that we have. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot about how little I could cook, how much I really needed to cook in a day for me and for my kids. The sausage ended up being so salty that it was almost inedible, so I really didn't eat very much of it. I probably would have been better off if I had bought one of the 12 packs of eggs for $3 instead of spending $5 on the sausages and one of the egg bites. I think it probably would have been better just to have like an egg or two a day. So I'm going to definitely learn from this. I'm going to finagle it a little bit and then see what I can do for next time. So like and subscribe, comment. Could you do $7 for a few days? Maybe $5 even? Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.